There are many parallels between Undertale and Deltarune, whether it be gameplay, lore, or art style. One of the more interesting similarities is that of the shared characters of both games. Each character ranges from being nearly identical to vastly different. I'm Guild Opinions Ahead, onto the video. Number 1. Toriel. Toriel is very similar in both games. She is one of the first characters you meet in both. She's a mother figure, she and Asgore are separated, etc. Toriel has aspirations to teach in both games. In Deltarune, she is a teacher, and in the credits of Pacifist route, she becomes a teacher. The only major difference between the characters, outside of traits affected by the world's rules like Deltarune's lack of magic in the light world, is the setting she is in. Toriel from Undertale is a lonely and clingy person, due to isolating herself for enough years that many monsters don't even know she exists, while in Deltarune, she is a much better place. She has friends and co-workers, and she's able to go to the store. Probably the biggest impact on Toriel from Deltarune is the fact that Azrael is still alive, which causes her to be overall much happier. Number 2. The Dogs. The Snowden Canine Unit and the Wet-Nosed Bandits couldn't be more different. Outside of one case, all the dogs are very similar in physical appearance to each other. This one exception being Greater Dog, who in Undertale is just a small tiny dog piloting the armor, is a giant in Deltarune. The main difference in the dog's occupation in both games. In Undertale, they are members of the Royal Guard, protecting the monsters of Snowden, while in Deltarune, they are the lowly criminals who are easily caught by Undyne after a failed heist. Number 3. Sans! The prankster skeleton himself has vastly different roles in both games. In Undertale, Sans is the guiding force for the player throughout most of the Underground, while in Deltarune, he is a side character who doesn't hold much importance to the story as of now. Sans is similar in personality in both games, having the general benign prankster motif, being a loving brother, and of course, his relationship with Toriel. In Undertale, Sans holds the very important position of being Asgore's judge for the humans, while in Deltarune, he is the janitor of the local convenience store. Number 4. Papyrus. We don't really know too much about Papyrus from Deltarune, although it could be assumed he is at the very least somewhat similar to his Undertale counterpart. The player can have Chris set up a playdate with Sans to have his brother over, which so far Sans has pushed back over and over again, which implies he may be a little bit embarrassed. Or maybe Papyrus could be nervous to meet someone new. As I said though, this is all guesswork, and we can't really truly know. Number 5. Onion-san. The lonely octopus Onion-san is very similar in both Undertale and Deltarune. In both games, they are a very lonely character who desperately wants friends, which is the player can choose to become. The interesting thing about Deltarune Onion-san is the fact that they seem potentially to be much more plot relevant than any of the other characters on this list, mainly due to the referencing of the old song from the sea, one of the river person's cryptic quotes. Who knows what this could have in store for the later parts of the game. Number 6. Undyne. Deltarune Undyne may be one of the most similar characters to her Undertale counterpart. She keeps her famous reputation among the monsters, her ludicrous strength, and her want for action are all consistent across both games. Even her position in both games is similar, the Royal Guard Captain and the Police Chief. The only main difference about Deltarune Undyne is the fact that she doesn't really know of Alphys, which is radically different from Undertale, where they ended up dating. Number 7. The Ghost Cousins. Napstablook and his web of cousins all make appearances in both Undertale and Deltarune. Napstablook is the most similar to his Undertale counterpart. They're a shy ghost who kinda just wants to be left alone, but seemingly able to make friends in both games. Mettaton's Deltarune counterpart is Nobody, who is the first voice you hear from the Nobody residents, who is basically Mettaton if he never met Alphys, still just a shy ghost. Mad Dummy is also presumed to be living in the residence, as another voice from behind the door shares their angry temperament and voice patterns. Obviously, they are not possessing a dummy or a high-tech catgirl robot in Deltarune. Shiren can also be found in the hospital chapter 2, presumably resting her vocal cords, which is also a parallel to Undertale due to her being a singer in that game. Number 8. Alphys. It's arguable that Alphys probably has it the worst in Deltarune, especially compared to her situation in Undertale. From the king's royal scientist with a high-tech lab to a science teacher living in a back alley, she is overall much worse in Deltarune. Her relationship with Undyne may be lessened in Deltarune, but she still seems to like her, especially due to the chocolate she asked the player to give her. One of the funnier fact points is that in both games, she has opposing opinions on Mew Mew Kissy Cutie 1 and 2. In Undertale, she hates Mew Mew Kissy Cutie 2, but in Deltarune, she loves it. Number 9. Asgore. Asgore is in a similar boat to Toriel in terms of similarities, although he does seem to get the shorter end of the stick in Deltarune. He was the former police chief until his firing, his life left him, and he's about to lose his flower shop. In Undertale, Asgore is the king of monsters, with a guilty conscience after killing 6 human children. In Deltarune, he's the king of flowers, guilty over a situation involving the mayor's daughter, Death Holiday, who mysteriously disappeared, and nobody really knows what's going on about her. Asgore is very much not in a good place in either game, although he does have a glimmer of hope with his children Chris and Azrael in Deltarune. Number 10. Azrael. Azrael is vastly different in both games. In Undertale, Azrael is a genocidal godflower with mommy and daddy issues, while in Deltarune, he's just a normal guy who's now in college. Another difference between the goat and the flower is the relationship between their siblings. Kara mistreats and manipulates Azrael, while Chris seems to be much more friendly with their brother. These two are a black mirror of each other. They couldn't be more different, and yet they are oddly the same. Hey, welcome to the end of the episode. Thank you for watching to this point. I really appreciate you all watching. If I'm being honest, I kind of got scared when the last video didn't perform as well, especially after the video before that, episode 5, got 10k views. So I'm hoping that this one does a little better. If you want to help out, maybe share this video around. I'm not going to do the normal, whole, secret, unscripted segment this time, just because that's what I'm doing right now, so, I don't know. I mean, if you've made it this far in the video, please maybe just consider subscribing. I know it's not, a thing that I normally ask for, but I feel like it might be worthwhile, you know? If you're watching this content, you'll probably also like the other content in the Undertale Observations playlist on my channel. Thank you for watching, have a great day as always, bye everyone.